Hi, and welcome back to another video on Soulbangers Only, Soulbanger Feedbot. In this video, we're going to talk detail about query management and how to navigate all of the different features of our query management system. So again, as you start in the bot, you're probably used to this at this point. You can always type in start, navigate here to your query management. And just to back up about what you're seeing here in the query management menu is our subscription tier, or your subscription tier, the expiration date, the number of queries that you're allowed. I have a special dev account, so what you're seeing here may not be reflected in what you have. Back tests remaining, the number of free back tests that you have, paid for back tests, subscription-based back tests. We'll have a whole video on back tests, how they work, and how to get more. And then just a metric here, the number of queries that you've already established. And below that is a list of your queries. Below that, with these buttons, you have a few different options, right? You can add a new query, you can view and modify queries, delete queries. We'll focus here for this video on these three top buttons: adding the queries, viewing modified queries, and deleting queries. In our intro video on how to get started quickly, we showed you how to include an all tokens query. In this video, we're going to take that a step further, and we're going to build a more detailed query that could be useful for you. So we'll click on add query. Again, your filter menu is then populated. Again, these are all of the metrics that we have. And let's say you wanted to set up a high cap token query. High cap, let's say, is 100K. In this case, market cap, we want 100,000 as our market cap. We enter our metric and you get a confirmation note here that the correct value is set, and then you'll verify that up here. So now this query is getting set up for only market cap greater than 100,000. Let's also assume you want a token whose supply meets a certain burn requirements, the percentage of tokens that were in the pool at the time of burning. Let's say you just want 20%. So we can just add that, enter it in, and you can verify here that, yep, the token is on, or the token supply burned metric is on, and we have a metric of greater than 20%. The other metric you might be interested in is our custom burn power metric. This is an idea of how important or how meaningful the burning event is to the token. Toggle that on, and let's say you want to use our between operator, so something not too small, not too big. When we click on the between operator and we click on the value, we're going to be presented with two messages. It says, because you need to enter a lower and upper bound. The first message is to please enter the lower bound of the burn power metric. So let's use a lower bound of 500. We click enter, and then it's asking you to enter the upper bound of the metric. Let's say we want 5,000. And so you have a confirmation message that the burn power has been set to this. It's a tuple between 500 and 5,000. You can verify that up in the metric grid. And at this point, we've now set up three metrics. This query is going to need to be met. Let's say we're also interested in only pump fund launches. If it's a pump fund launch, we're just going to turn it on and we're going to set this to true. So please enter a value for pump fund. It's a yes or no. Enter yes, it flips to true. Click confirm query, and this allows you now to verify the settings that you just put in before you commit them. It's a little shorthand, it's a little bit easier to read, a little bit more concise. And we entered market cap greater than 100,000, supply burned greater than 20%, our burn power metric between 500 and between 5,000, and pump fund indicated to be true. Now, you can also modify this further. So if you click modify further, you see all of the metrics that we just established are set up. Let's think maybe we want to add a sniper wallet requirement. Let's turn that on. Let's say we want less than 20 snipers. You can see here, please enter a value for sniper wallet. We're going to enter 20. So now we've added that condition. We can come back here to confirm query. You'll see here sniper wallets less than 20. At this point we can commit. It says please enter a name for your query and gives you some conditions. I will just simply enter a new name, YouTube2. Query's been set up successfully. So we'll go back to our main menu, revisit query menu, and you can see here YouTube2 status is active. Congratulations, we've just established a new complex query. But what else can we do here in the query menu? As you can see, I have 9 queries. Every time a token comes in, all 9 of these are matched. And if multiple queries result in a match, we'll see that in the token report that's built custom for each user. But let's say I'm tired of looking at a particular query. For the moment, in that case, is to come over here and we're going to view modify. So in the view modify menu, this allows you to retrieve a previously stored query and modify it if you'd like, or flip this toggle from active to inactive. And why don't we do that now for what we just created, the YouTube2. As you can see, I clicked it from active. It's asking you to confirm. There you go. Confirmed, and it's moved to an inactive state. So if I go back to my query menu, you can see here YouTube2 at the bottom, status is inactive. Everything else is active. We had just looked at the delete query menu. Why don't we click into that, and I can show you also here. Let's continue to manipulate the YouTube2 query that we created. We're going to delete it. Click on it. It's asking, are you sure you want to delete this? The action cannot be undone. So we do. We're going to confirm the deletion. Query's been successfully deleted. Head back to the main menu. Again, query management, just to verify. And now you see that the query has been deleted. If we head back into the view modify menu, in the previous video we created the YouTube test video. If I click that, what's retrieved is the metric set that was created for that query. And I can come in here and now I can manipulate it. Again, let's maybe turn sniper wallets on, and let's say I want more than 20 sniper wallets in this case, and you can see now that's part of the filter set. Confirming the query pulls up our verification window, and you can see the change that we made. And now let's say I want to commit that again, and I'm going to name it YouTube2. Again, YouTube2 now successfully created. Let's see how that's now reflected, and it's reflected as a new query, and I still have the original YouTube test. Now, why is that? Well, it's essentially a save as in this case, where I retrieved one group of filters for the query and saved it as a new name. If I wanted to overwrite the old, I would simply use the old name, and I can show you how that would work. Let's go back into the view modify. Let's pull up YouTube2 again, and you can see it still retrieves our sniper wallets, but let's say the early supply sniped. I'd like to have that as part of my query now this time, and I only want 25% of the supply to have been sniped early on. You can see that reflected again in our filters. We'll confirm the query again in our verification screen, less than 25. Again, I wanted to overwrite the YouTube2 query. So we'll commit this and we'll enter in the name. It's got to be exact, case sensitive, YouTube2. Commit it, says that it's been saved. Now if we go back to the main menu, view modify, into the YouTube2 query, you can see the change has been made to that query. So we've just described how to save as and create a new query based on a previous set of filters and overwriting a new one. Thanks for joining us on this video. If you have any questions on what we've seen here in this video or any other questions on the bot, just hop into our support channel.